John, time to give speech. John. Shooting.
You are being watched. These words are among the first that comes to our mind when we hear the term CCTV. CCTV were invented around 4 to 5 decades ago and was mainly used in Europe and America. And the main purpose of this CCTV was to deter crimes through its surveillance. CCTVs record every single moment at any place and any time, and is stored in a hidden place. In short, CCTVs play the role of a big brother. In other words, they watch over you. Every single move is recorded. If you look at the term surveillance, we can categorize it further into two domains: public and private. The problem began to rise when authorities used CCTVs in the name of crime prevention, but rather they had a hidden agenda whereby they have been used for other agendas which are undisclosed to the public. And this has led to a series of uproar by the community on several ethical aspects on the usage of CCTVs. There have been cases where the CCTV have been used in a way that defames certain individuals, and this have caused psychological problems to them, where they live in anxiety and stress as they are being looked down upon by the society. That is one side of the story. In another side of the story, you can see that CCTV footages have been used in the name of justice, whereby CCTV footages have been used as proof by whistleblowers in order for them to provide concrete evidence to put an end to wrongdoings. Looking at how this discussion is progressing, the ethical aspect on the usage of CCTV seem to be heading in a rather subjective direction. And when we look at this problem, we have to weigh in the pros and cons so that this CCTV does not harm what it's supposed to protect. In the year 2011, CBS, which is an American television channel, began showing a show called Person of Interest. This show mainly talks about a machine which is a supercomputer. It's connected to every single mobile device, laptops, cellular phones, CCTVs, and several million hidden microphones. And every single internet-capable device, such as the smartphone, which I'm using to record this video now, probably this video is being sent as I speak to a computer in America, whereby the NSA is monitoring every single thing.
Wow.
The problem with this machine in this show was that people were going to use it for the wrong purposes, and that this was discovered by its inventor. Therefore, what he did was he gave himself a special access to the machine to stop these people. Moving on, with that aside, you may think that this story may be science fiction, but in truth, according to the producer of this show, his name is Jonathan Nolan, he states that the National Security Agency of America has already started building this machine about a decade ago, and it has cost America $2 billion, and the whole facility is 1 million square foot in size, whereby it will be used to gather data by intercepting information and later on storing and analyzing everything it sets its eye on, such as private emails, phone calls, web searches, right up to every content on every single computer in the world. Therefore, the question must be asked, how far is society willing to compromise your confidentiality to stay protected. Among the concerns which the usage of CCTV has raised in terms of ethical usage are such as increasing fears of insecurity, repression of an individual's liberty and protection of privacy. This has led to a huge increase of new laws being passed to protect the rights and freedom of individuals, as well as to regulate the use and output of information captured by the CCTVs and other forms of surveillance. However, public authorities believe that the usage of CCTVs are the most effective and successful method in the field of crime prevention. The reason behind this would be because they suggest that the presence of CCTVs in places serve as a way to deter criminals and potential offenders. They go on to say that innocent individuals shouldn't care about the presence of CCTVs because if they are innocent, why should they worry? Because the CCTV is being used to catch only the offenders. But this is the reason given by them to form a deception whereby the normal human being thinks that they shouldn't worry about it. But they do not realize that they have to give up certain liberties so that they can be protected, which is their freedom to privacy. Apart from that, the public has strongly believed that despite the presence of CCTVs, the number of crimes have not changed much from before the CCTVs were implemented. They have also expressed dissatisfaction of how authorities have spent huge amounts of money to install CCTVs only to have below par effectiveness. And the problem with CCTVs today is that in order to be cost effective, they do not have high technology built within them. Therefore, they are unable to record footages in high definition resolutions such as 720p or 1080p. And this has led to another problem. The footage which the CCTV records won't be clear enough for it to be used as a strong proof to convict criminals. Now we move on to a very important part. A major worry of the public is that the value of CCTV footages and pictures have skyrocketed and has led to a new generation of electronic bugging whereby devices are used to intercept CCTV footages and channel them to an unauthorized party who will later sell the information at a rewarding price. There have been many cases where footages have been illegally obtained and sold to, how do we put it, unauthorized people, and this has brought about defamation towards innocent parties. However, the same bugging technology has been used by certain people to become whistleblowers. As you can see now, again, the CCTV is there, but the problem is how we use it. As the saying goes, one man's tool is another man's weapon. Another important thing is that surveillance in the workplace has been a major issue in recent times, where employees will have a CCTV watching over them the whole working time, and this has caused a lot of problem, whereby it has incited a lot of anxiety and stress for workers, thus reducing their productivity, because having a CCTV in their workplace violates their personal space. Thus, when such stress is imposed on them at that time, it will deteriorate their ability to think, and this will reduce their productivity. Regardless of the reason as to why CCTVs are installed in workspace, they are not pleasing to any members of the organization. Furthermore, wrong implementations of CCTVs will put the company which is using it in risk of being sued by their employees. And there have been cases in countries like America where CCTVs are placed in a location where it only encompasses a certain ethnicity, such as African Americans, which are stereotyped to be criminals. And this shows that the CCTV has been used in a very demeaning manner and discriminative manner.
Pause. Cut.
To sum things up, the society has to rise and decide for themselves if CCTVs are deemed to be implemented in the social structures they live in, such as their workplace, schools, or even housing areas. Law enforcement authorities may be able to make rulings pertaining this matter which compromises the liberties of society without society's knowledge, because they are given the space to do so. This is possible because whenever issues pertaining the securities of societies are discussed, the society is not included in these discussions, and this will lead the authorities to making an absolute decision, which is a misuse of power. On another note, a major step forward, which is a mature step, would be to have a collaborative research on the feasibility of CCTVs, whereby this research should involve academicians, policymakers, representatives of the society, and law enforcers. And on a different note, if bold measures are not taken to make the governance system of the society transparent, as day passes by, the society would be at loss, for they did not understand and stand up for their rights regarding this matter. The government or the authority which wishes to use CCTVs have to be responsible and accountable for its usage, so that the dignity and integrity of the members of the societies will be preserved. On that note, thanks for listening. And after speaking all this while, my bladder has filled up and I need to go to the washroom. Till then, see ya. Now you see, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of protecting your privacy. Till then, see ya.